I guess we're live! Jen told me I had to do the intro this week.
You do it all the time.
Well, you did it last week. I think you did it better.
No, I just did a rendition of what you did.
All right. This week, we have the one, the only, Generation Pixel.
What's his real name?
Stuart.
Yeah, I literally told him yesterday.
But I have to have a trick. I have to have a trick to remember people's names.
Was it?
You know, the little mouse, Stuart Little.
Oh! Do you know what I thought it was going to be? I thought it was going to be Big Bang Theory.
No.
Stuart,
No. I'll take the mouse. I'll take the mouse.
That's probably a good call.
So, for anybody that might not know, Generation Pixel is the home of YouTuber of the Month for this year.
For this year, yeah.
And y'all have to forgive me, but I have no idea who has been nominated this month.
I usually check.
Well, I mean, you just go on the channel and check, and it's good if you don't know. That means you might not know these channels. You might get a chance to meet someone that you haven't met before, which would be quite good for you.
Oh yeah, I might have checked it out right at the top of the month. I think I did. I do think I missed 1 month. Bad.
Shame on you.
I'm kind of happy that we didn't win it last year because
it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. It's a monthly commitment, and you can't miss it. You know you have to do it, and I don't do well with deadlines.
No, it is. It's not a great deal of work, but when you've got your own home life and you've got your own YouTube life and you want to play games as well, when you add in that to the mix, and it takes a fair bit of promotion as well. So yeah, it's not for the light of heart, but I'm glad I've taken it on.
I was like full. Well, I mean, you saw when the nominations came in for YouTuber of the Year, I was like full Generation Pixel fan train. I was on board. I was like, he's gonna win. I'm gonna one-man show. I'm gonna try to make this happen. But I mean, you had lots of people that wanted you to take it for this year, and I think, you're doing a great job. So it's been fantastic. Yeah, it's been really, really good.
So,
okay.
I don't mean to cut you off there, but
no.
For anybody that's viewing right now, if you're new to this, what we usually do is we ask another YouTuber to come on. I ask them to bring up some games.
Yep.
I'm sure that Generation Pixel has probably the best library of Xbox games going. Mm-hmm. That's an inside joke there because
five.
Yeah. So
I'm actually gonna believe you. I think you probably have five.
But you told us something before we went live, so dealing with the games that you picked here. So tell us this anniversary that's going on this.
Oh, well, it's a very special anniversary, especially for UK gamers, and that is the ZX Spectrum. The Sinclair ZX Spectrum is 40 years old today, and that was the first machine that got me into home gaming. I mean,
nice.
I should have really brought it down, shouldn't have? But yeah.
And I know about the ZX Spectrum because Generation
She played
Pixel.
it when she was 10.
No, I would have been like minus.
Yeah, I was 10.
I would have been like minus 10.
I've never played that system.
No, I haven't either. I don't even know if we've even seen one.
I don't even know if I've ever seen one, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're fantastic little machines, and to be fair, it was the machine that stopped the UK going into the video games crash. We didn't experience that over here when Atari... When Atari went arse up over in North America, we still had the 8-bit microcomputers, and we were playing games all the way through. It's one of the reasons that we didn't really get Nintendo over here in the 80s. I mean, I didn't see an NES until 1990.
Really?
Wow.
Probably shocked some people, yeah, but that was the first time I'd ever seen one in the flesh, yeah.
So in the 80s, then, when the Atari crashed and before we got the Nintendo, we were just playing outside.
Yeah.
We had to go outside. That's all we had.
Yeah, but that's not good for you because there's sunlight out there and it's bad for the skin. And
No, that's taking my life in my hands every time I step out.
Every time he steps outside. Hilarious. We went for a walk. Alex and I and the dog yesterday. He got a mosquito bite and had a panic attack because it was bleeding too much. I was like, you are inside too much. Like,
oh, wow.
He's like, Mom, is it supposed to bleed that much?
I'm not gonna be okay?
Oh, damn. Oh my god, it's hilarious.
Before Jen gets into the chat, because I know she's eyeballing it right now,
Yeah.
I want you to tell everybody a little bit about your channel there. We know you're hosting YouTuber of the Month.
Mhm.
But what else do you cover here?
Well, I'm hosting YouTuber of the Month, but that's a bit of a surprise because my channel's only 18 months old.
Mm-hmm.
Still a baby.
I'm just a baby, and I don't even know what I'm doing half the times. I'll wake up on my day off from work and something will go into my head and I'll go, that's what I'll do today, and that's it. I mean, I tend to use YouTube as social media
Yeah.
because it's, I mean, I think Scott will probably relate to this, but when you're younger, you're surrounded with other gamers. You know,
Yep.
when you're 10 to 15, and every year that goes on, one more drops off. And then suddenly you wake up in your 30s and you're alone on the couch. No one to play co-op with you anymore. And
Yeah.
YouTube just explodes that community for you, and you can get in and start
does.
talking about games again. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, all my friends, everybody played games. Like boys. Everybody had either a Genesis or a Super Nintendo or an NES or whatever. Everybody played.
Yeah.
Back when I was a kid. But yeah, as you get older and you start to try to be an adult, I was never good at that. But yeah, everybody falls off and they look at that as like childish things, and they're almost ashamed to call themselves like gamers or whatever.
Well, it's a bullshit world because back then we had no money and lots of time. And now we have money and no time.
Yeah.
Well,
I still play games.
fortunately in Scotland with the 8-bit microcomputers, or the rest of the UK, money wasn't necessarily an issue for getting games, But we might go into that later.
Okay.
We'll talk about that later, maybe. Yeah.
I you know what, when you mentioned like YouTube being social media for talking to other gamers, I completely agree, because I don't have any friends local.
There's no friends.
No
period.
girls.
Period.
No girls I know play. Shush. No girls I know that are local to me play games, and I try to talk with my girlfriends about games, and they're like, you could just see their eyes glaze over.
Fuck off, bitch.
Like,
Let's talk
up.
about doing her hair and her nails. And...
Yeah, and I want to talk about games, so it's so great. I just wish there was a way we could all like physically get together and see each other. Like, that's what kills me.
Oh, but the YouTube community? Oh, freak yeah.
Wouldn't that
that would be fantastic.
Best friggin' party ever?
If we win the lottery there, we're going to fly everybody in Canada here, and we're going to...
Awesome.
We're going to have a blast.
Yeah. Americans will get drunk right off the bat because they won't expect the beer.
It won't cost me anything in beer at all.
Yeah, it won't cost anything in beer. We'll even cut the beer in half with water, and they'll still be like, this is the strongest beer I've ever tried. And it'll be fine. Now that I've insulted everybody.
Now that you've insulted all your American friends there.
Let's get into the chat a little bit. We have Patrick. He's not insulted because he's in Sweden.
Patrick, buddy!
And he doesn't drink either, so he doesn't care. He's like, just fly me over and I'll hang out.
Sweet.
We got Retro Tiburon.
How's it going?
MNX from Germany listening in.
They know how to drink.
Gamer Newbie, he's actually new to our channel. I've been talking to him lately. He's from Newfoundland, I do believe. Newfoundland.
Really?
I think he told me that. Cool. Marcus is also from Newfoundland. Do you know him, Marcus?
They all know each other.
They all know, yeah. That's what people think of people who live in Canada. Yeah. Retro Tiburon. Does Scotty Boy know Generations Pixel's actual name? And I said that. I told people, I'm like, ask Scott if he does.
I did it.
He does. Only because I told him. Had I not told him.
Oh, she hadn't told me before the stream. No way.
It would have been.
If I was,
been a guess. He doesn't.
I would have bet money against me remembering that hour before she told me that, because I'm terrible.
I really thought he was going to forget.
Me too.
Gern's stuck at work. But listening.
Rob.
You probably didn't know his name.
No. If I meet everybody in person, I'm calling you by your YouTube channel name.
I never know if we're allowed to call people by their actual names, because you don't know if everybody's okay with it. If they don't say it a lot in the channel, you don't know if they would rather be known, you know what I mean?
Well, we never say our names like in a regular video. And I've seen the channel like do like a response video to us and had no fucking clue what her name was.
Yeah, well, you don't, right?
Yeah, it's like, I think it's Scott.
Yeah, and I'm on the socials, so people typically know my name.
I'm not on the socials at all. I hate it. I hate it. I'll watch YouTube videos, and everybody knows when I comment because it's a pretty generic old man comment there with the cheers at the end of it and beer glasses.
Yep. That's his comment. We have Don Ducky Duck in the house. Hey everyone. Scotty J Retro.
Scotty boy.
Sam. Spilling the beans. Sam will be our next on Get to Know Gamer.
Oh.
She says starting out is so hard but worth it with YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I wish we could couch co-op too. That would be so friggin' awesome. We're going to the States next year. We're making it happen. We really wanted to do it this year, but we didn't know what COVID was doing and if it was going to allow.
We are literally, just, I don't know, for a full month out of where they let us take the masks off in public.
Yeah. Let us take the masks off and have people over at your house again.
Yeah.
We just took our masks off on Monday there.
I'm really?
Yeah.
Just there now. Wow.
Yeah.
Now we have noticed that everybody I work with, everybody's getting sick. Everybody's getting sick. I'm like, we both had it. That's why we had to postpone this.
Yeah, because this was supposed to be 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
And our son had everybody's had it, and the people. There's not very many people that I work with that haven't had it. And there's a couple people. And one guy is paranoid. He doesn't want to get it. I'm like, dude, just do it. Just do it. You'll feel better. One of us. Just do it.
It's like jumping off the bridge. Like, come on, just do it.
Just stop worrying about it.
Scotty J Retro said, all my friends got married and had kids and don't play games anymore, but I'm glad that I never fall off. And a wife that's accepting of it. And that is, I swear, sometimes the biggest issue. But I mean, if
I would never say anything bad about the wives out there.
Maybe
there's one watching here.
No, it's just that if your spouse doesn't accept it, generally, then you don't really get to game. But who should tell you how you spend your fun time?
Yeah.
If you're working, if you're paying the bills, if you're doing what you're supposed to do as an adult.
I'm lucky. Like, I went years where I was just gaming by myself, and I had one friend that I would game with here and there. Yeah. And but now we gamed last night. I sat on a chair and I played on the CRT playing Chrono Trigger, and she sat in the chair beside me on the big screen playing Link to the Past.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Switch has made a huge difference in this household.
Oh yeah.
Because my good lady will sit and play the Switch while I'm playing the PlayStation 5, and
that's
it's
awesome.
Great.
Nice.
What's she playing right now, or is there something that she really enjoys playing?
She's playing Stranger's Wrath, the Oddworld game HD remaster.
Nice.
On the Switch. Yeah.
That's awesome. I really love that you brought, I hadn't seen them in a little bit, the Better Half box.
Yeah,
and I hadn't seen that, fun. And I really, really enjoy that. I can tell she has a good sense of humor just by the Better Half box.
A wicked sense of humor, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah.
We also have Stewie Retro Gaming.
Fellow Scotsman.
Yeah.
I know that name. I just can't picture it.
The only YouTuber I've met in the flesh.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
we
I
know
haven't met him.
We know. I mean, Johnny Chase. We've met him.
We've met Johnny Chase.
We haven't met many either.
No.
Gamer Newbie said he was the total opposite. Never played games when he was younger, and just got into gaming at 42.
Nice.
And that was me. I didn't. I played. I dabbled when I was younger, and then I would get really hardcore into a game like Donkey Kong Country 2. I would stay up forever. Yeah. In my early 20s, and I was playing that.
Gamer Newbie, I got a question for you. Now that you just got into it, do you find there's a very accepting community of people, depending on what genre of games you get into? Like, if you go online and play play Fortnite, I'm sure maybe some of the people might be a little nasty. Or are you into retro games and you go on YouTube and you have a community of people? I
think he said he was he hadn't played a lot of older games.
Okay.
Yeah, he had made a comment. But
anyway, I find the retro game community. I don't know if we're just older and we grew up or whatever, but I find everybody's really nice for the most part. There's a couple of trolls, but
there's a couple of trolls in any group, though.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah. We have Christian from Munich, Germany. Hey, how's it going?
Another German.
PNW Gamer Guy. Hey everyone. Hey, how's it going? Hobby Lodge. Hey, Hobby Lodge.
I don't think I know that name.
I've watched this channel before.
Oh, have you?
Yep. Samantha, a girl at work won't buy a Switch for herself because she doesn't want her boyfriend to get into gaming. I didn't even know what to say. Do it! Buy the Switch! Do it!
Do it.
Retro Trip Around. That was a thing I mentioned to my wife when we were dating. I play video games. I love video games, and she accepted it. And that's why I married her. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I know your name, LOL. Oh, Quapple of Nerds is in the house
Quapple of
too.
Nerds.
Hey guys, I just missed out on Rule of Rose on PS2.
Oh
No! I want that. That's something I want too, but I just it's constantly out of grasp. It's such an expensive friggin' game.
It is, and it's not a very good one either.
Is it not good?
It's nothing special.
No.
I mean, most of the hype in the UK was because it was banned or almost banned, or you can't get a UK PAL copy for love nor money either. You're talking thousands upon thousands for a UK PAL. You can pick up an Italian or French, I believe, for about £500.
Wow.
But it's
That's
nuts.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Please tell me Haunting Ground is good.
I've never played Haunting Ground either.
Okay, good. Because we picked that one up and we spent a pretty penny on it, and I'm like, hope it's good. Because we got it now.
We like survival horror.
Yeah.
And you're a huge fan of that.
I am.
And like,
that's my jam.
I don't think these games are going to lose their value anytime soon. They're like, so if you can afford to pick it up now and you get a chance to play it and you decide, all right, it was expensive because it was good and rare, and then great. Or if it was expensive because it was just rare, and then you'll never play it again. Well, then you can put it against something that you will play.
Absolutely,
Remember you told me to find your next Alice game?
Yeah.
I'm working on a script for a new review. But you haven't played it because it's an Xbox game. But Obscure.
No, it's on PS2.
Oh, it is on PS2. Obscure. Obscure. Have you played it?
No, I haven't played it.
Oh, it's so good co-op.
We played it co-op.
So good.
Yeah.
So good. All my cards are out. So when people are like, I wonder if she liked it or not. Yes, she loved it.
Yeah.
So good.
Can we get into a game, Jen?
Just 2 more seconds. Logo's in the house. Iowa Retro Gamer Dad. And we have Gib. 84.
Yeah.
Another Scotsman. Yay.
All right. Okay. Now we can get into the game.
All right.
I'm caught up.
You're going to have to really go in depth with explaining these games because I have absolutely almost zero knowledge of this system and the game. So sell it to me. Tell me why I got to go out and find one.
Can we get it here?
Why would you want a ZX Spectrum?
Yes.
Because you could get games on audio cassette. And
I saw those, and I thought those were so awesome.
And there we go. This is Hungry Horse. Now the reason I brought this one up, Hungry Horse, this was the first game that I ever owned for myself. Oh. It's a horrible little Pac-Man clone. but in 1982, when it was your first home system and that was your first game, there was nothing quite like it. I mean, arcades back then, we had Space Invaders and Pac-Man. I mean, there wasn't a great arcade selection at the time either. Yeah. So games on cassette. Some of the earliest examples are fighting games. Now this is the Way of the Exploding Fist. Now the ZX Spectrum's a microcomputer, so you're using a keyboard. You can use a joystick. You can plug in a joystick, but you had to buy an adapter for the joystick and then a joystick to plug into the adapter. So I used a keyboard.
You used the keyboard.
I used the keyboard. This requires 9 keys.
9 keys.
9 keys, yes.
That's way above my 2-finger.
Oh,
and it's a Street Fighter game. It's a very early Street Fighter game, so it's one-on-one. It's a one-on-one battle.
Oh my
god!
But
you needed up left, up right, up left, right, down left, down right, and a fire key. So it was 9 keys on a keyboard. So your hands were clawed like this.
My kid is constantly trying to get me to play PC gaming.
Yeah.
But he does not accept that I would play it with a controller.
Yeah.
He is not okay with it. He's like, you need to play it on a keyboard.
Right, and okay. I was almost PC Master Race, but we can get to that. And keyboard and mouse is fantastic if you can use it.
Yeah.
It's the fastest way you'll control a game
That's
ever.
what he said. Yeah.
It really is, but it takes such a lot of time and practice to get used to it. A controller fits in your hand and you're good to go. Yeah. It's comfortable. You sit on a couch, it's comfortable. There's no hassle with it, yeah.
Like, I got almost 40 years of a controller in my hand of some kind. And to switch to a keyboard,
no.
I don't know that I can do it. I played with him once. I don't even know what the hell game we were playing, and he put it on hard, and I was like, I'm gonna die. He's like, Mom, hard is easy. There's like devil mode.
Oh, that's just stupid.
I'm like, what the hell means easy hard? That's stupid. So anyways, I was not good at it with the keyboard, and I was mediocre at best with the controller, because it's just like a run around, kill everybody, throw this money here. I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
He let me beat up a mall.
You're old, Jen. It's all right. We're all together.
Oh, you can be old by yourself. I'll never be old.
So yeah, the beauty of the ZX Spectrum was that once the arcades were coming out, we were getting arcade ports. Now this is Defender.
Oh, nice.
Everybody knows Defender.
Yes.
It's not called it in this because it's a clone. It's called Orbiter, but it's Defender.
It's Defender.
It's Defender, and I absolutely adored Defender in arcades. And having this at home, and this would have cost me about £2 or £3. Now, £2 or £3 was probably about £10 in today's money. Yeah. But how many NES cartridges come out at £10? And that was an expensive one.
Oh,
yeah, exactly.
I mean, that was an expensive game.
Really?
Yeah, it was $1.99 mostly. But what you really have to remember about it is, what's it on again? It's on an audio cassette.
Yeah. I know, that's so cool.
What can you do if you've got a twin deck tape player?
You can play
put your you can put your tape in one and press play, and a blank tape in another and press record. And you could have a C90 with maybe 20 or 30 games on it.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
And that's what we used to do back then. Back in the 80s, we were little pirates. Yeah. We would get, if we got a new game, we would add it to the C90, the blank tape, and then copy that for a friend, and that would pass on, and before long you had a full library of games on maybe 10 or 12 blank tapes. It was fantastic.
Oh, that's so cool.
So
we would have totally done.
I'm curious, sir, because I don't know much of it. How much do the system itself and the games go for now?
Now, yeah.
Now it would cost you about £100 for a Spectrum in working condition, so it's not expensive. And the games, they can be as cheap as chips. They can be anything from £1 to maybe £10, £20.
Oh, okay.
There's a few collector editions out there. Ultimate Play the Game, who became Rare.
Yeah.
You'll know Rare from the Rare Replay, probably, if you're on Xbox.
Yep.
Well, they started off as Ultimate Play the Game.
Okay.
Jetpack, I've got their game there as well. Might as well show that. But that was Rare's first game, Jetpack.
Okay.
Which you can play that on Ultimate on the Rare Replay.
Oh, nice.
On the Xbox One. So if you get a chance, and you've got you can play that little game, and it plays just the same. But they've got big box versions of their games, lovely big black cardboard boxes with lovely artwork in the front, and they can cost about £50-60. But you're not talking a great deal of money.
No.
But they're getting old, and they're tape media, so I mean that will disappear. The best way to play it is a ROM.
Do you guys find them often in the wild? Do you find it ever in the wild?
What, the Spectrum and Spectrum
games?
The
Spectrum games all the time?
Yeah, you can find them everywhere.
Alex, just come down, dear.
No,
no.
Okay, I think that was the dog banging up against the door.
I could hear the doorknob or something, or hear the door.
I think the dog literally laid up against the door.
Yeah. He doesn't like that. We're down here.
Yeah, like, see, for me would be the Atari 2600. Now, you wouldn't believe how long I've been looking for the Atari 2600, the wood panel one that I want.
You want the heavy sixer?
There's like, Patrick had asked me a couple days ago, and I'm like, I've been looking for like almost 2 years, and people want like $100, $150 or
It's ridiculous right now in our area.
The games are dirt cheap, but the systems Don't know where they all went to.
Here's what happens in our area. We have one pawn shop that we go to because it's really close to home. Plus, they have below price charting games. Like, they don't sell at price charting or eBay. They sell below, which is great. I don't have to worry about hunting it out. I get a 30-day guarantee on the game, and you know what I mean? Like, I don't have to worry about it. So we buy a lot of our games there, but so will everybody else, and then they'll go on eBay or
and then sell
Facebook and resell it. And I'm like, stop! You're making it impossible to find games, and you're making the price go up. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean,
it's driving me bananas.
That's the problem with the gaming collecting community, is we don't seem to realise that we control the price.
Yes.
We control the price. It's up to us if we want to keep the prices at an acceptable level.
Yeah.
Or if we want to, start paying £1,000 for a game. And
oh yeah,
it's like you guys out there.
I know. And I don't. You know what? Resellers don't bother me per se. But it does bother me when people constantly are like, maybe I'll ask for $5 more than what it's worth. And then the next person will ask for $10 more. And then the next thing you know, this $50 game is $150.
And it's not, and it's not that valuable of a game. It just drives me crazy, Yeah.
Especially some of those, like, harder to find games like that are garbage. We have a garbage game here, but we won't get rid of it because we spent like $5 on it.
I'm sitting on it. I'm going to get myself Rule of Rose garbage.
What is it? Well, here's your Joe's Diner or Ed's Diner. I can't remember what it is. Here's Ed's Diner on PS4. It's garbage. And I'll get a different garbage game. It's just garbage.
Yeah.
It's a garbage game. But, I mean, that happens on every system. I have a few more people commenting here. Iowa Retro Gamer Dad says, I can't do keyboards anymore. No, it's no.
I never could.
BS Crazies, flag and a thumbs up. There we go.
I'm not sure what that means. But...
The black flag, unfortunately, is this streaming. It won't put up national flags.
Oh, okay.
We've all tried it before, so I try and put up the little saltire for showing Scotland support, and it comes up a little black flag, and I go, you know what? I'm a pirate anyway, so black flag's fine.
My buddy used to have Derby Day back in the day on the Spectrum.
Derby Day.
Well, I mean, I've never heard of many Spectrum games.
Yeah.
There's thousands. There's thousands and thousands of thousands upon thousands.
Wow.
Games.
I mean, you could code on the Spectrum yourself. You could design your own game because it's a microcomputer, and that's where a lot of the games came from to start with. Bedroom coders.
Oh, nice. So a lot of indie games. They were just like all indie games.
They were all indie games.
Wow.
Yeah, until someone put out a really good indie game, and then someone like Ocean or US Gold or one of the big distributors would come in and go, right, okay, we'll sell your game for you.
Nice.
But they were all indie games. There was, especially in the early days, right up until
indie games are my favorite games.
Yeah.
Like, no, I like the big titles, but when I find an indie game that's really, really good, that's special to me.
Yeah.
Especially when you're not finding it all the time on the shelf. You're like, oh, like it's almost becomes like a hidden gem to you because you're not finding it in wild as much. That's what I mean, because it's less common.
Absolutely.
Retro Tiburon saying, and I mean, this is a valid question because it's on an audio tape. So you listen to this video game?
You don't listen to this video game because do you remember dial-up internet? You know the sound it makes?
Yes.
That's the sound that this makes.
Okay.
So it's sending that same information
music to my ears.
Yeah, it's sending that information to your little computer, your little Spectrum, or your Commodore 64 or whatever one you had, and it's that noise. It's internet noise, but way before the internet. Yeah.
Wow.
And it's doing the same thing.
I got a question for you there. Did they release a mini for the Spectrum? Or am I thinking of...
You can get a thing called the Vega, which was a funny little TV plug-and-play one with thousands of games on it.
Okay.
It was basically the size of a large sort of Nintendo control pad, and it had a D-pad on it and a couple of fire buttons. So you could just play the games. They released the Spectrum next. I don't know if you know about that, but that was a new machine. It was maybe about 4 years ago now it came out. Someone bought the rights to the name and they made a new ZX Spectrum. They called it the ZX Spectrum Next. It runs on Raspberry Pi, and it does everything the old Spectrum can and more. So, I mean, it's something for you to look at.
Yeah. I mean, you never know. Iowa Retro Gamer Dad says, I'm in love with the PS5 controller, the recoil when you shoot, and the drive the lights and sounds freaking cool.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm loving the PS5 controller. I'm playing more retro games lately.
Just being forced.
Yeah. I forced myself because I know I won't do it on my own. So
well, what happened is after we did our like annually at the end of the year, we do like a kind of a recap of all the games that we beat in the year, and then we took a good hard look at our stack of games. I was like, "Fuck, I didn't play many retro games this year."
We're retro runners. What the hell happened here? Yeah, so we didn't go very retro. Do you tend to play more modern or more retro, or are you split down the middle?
Whatever I feel like playing that day.
Yeah.
I mean, ZX Spectrum games going right back 40 years, I'll sit down and play them from time to time.
Yeah.
I'll play mostly new stuff.
Yeah.
Because the PlayStation 5's set up now and it's such a wonderful machine.
It is.
And see anyone who says you don't need to buy it just now, you don't need to buy it just now. But when you do get a chance to buy one, the improvements I've made to that machine are fantastic.
Yeah.
The quality of life improvements, the loading times, the controller itself, fantastic. But yeah, whatever I'm in the mood for, and I tend to be playing one big modern game, and then a lot of maybe retro from different eras, all at the same time. But one big story in my head.
I haven't heard time to play more than one game.
I can be like that.
Feel overwhelmed.
I'll get like 2 or 3 games on the go there sometimes, and then I'm like, all right, I have to like. Am I gonna push through and play through the end of this game, or am I gonna not enjoying it enough? Am I gonna shelf it and move on to something else? But for me, I don't know what it is, but I'll get into a mood where I'll just be nostalgic for whatever era of game, because like PS2, the graphics and the sounds, and then the gameplay styles, and like PS2 had a lot of survival horror stuff there, and then I'll get into like. I really want to play like an RPG because I've just started here.
Did we ever think that?
Well done.
You don't even understand. Every day is an RPG day. He's like looking up new RPGs.
Now it's like a whole new world. Now I get into like a rabbit fucking hole. It's like going on YouTube and like looking up the best turn-based RPGs for this system and this and all time, and like an hour and a half goes by and like holy fuck, I've got a list of a mile long.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a great genre, though. And
it really is, and I didn't think either one of us were like, because we were so like, no, I'm not really a turn-based RPG player. And then once you actually do play it, you're like, shit, that was really good.
It's that one story usually, that one story that just captures you.
Yep.
Yeah.
And as long as the gameplay is okay and moving along fairly quickly with it as well, then you're hooked.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so true. So true. We have a big retro show in the house.
Big retro show.
Big retro show. And let me scroll down here.
Steve Craig.
Oh, nice. Hey, Steve Craig, Retro Games. He had a pickup video just recently, and so I added him a few more games to my wish list. Because every time he has a damn pickup video, that's what happens. I'm like, oh, I want that survival horror game, because we have some commonalities in our gaming. And yeah, I was like, I need to get Oxenfree now on the Switch. Oxenfree. And it's not a cheap game. It's on the Switch and the PS4, and I looked that up last night. So thanks a lot, Steve.
It sounds familiar.
Well, it's
an RPG.
No, it's like a horror. Like, I don't know if it's a survival horror, but it's a horror game. And there was what's it? There was another game before that he was talking about, made by the same studio, and I wanted them both. So I have it on the wish list on price charting. So there goes my money. All the money is gone. Oh, I'm so far behind in the chat.
So far behind.
Oh, Patty the Collector. Hey, how's it going?
Patty!
I'm mostly playing PS3 and PS2. Love the systems too much. I'm playing Sly Cooper Collection on PS3 and Silent Hill 4 on PS2.
All right, Stuart. I have a question for you here.
Okay.
You are the self-proclaimed Sony pony, right?
Sony pony.
Now, if you were to rank the controllers from PS1 to PS5, what would be your favorite to least favorite?
And why is your least favorite PS?
Well, five without a doubt is 5.
Yes.
They've perfected it. I mean, 4 right through to back at the PlayStation 1, the controller's the same.
Yeah.
With the exception of adding the DualShock, the thumbsticks later with the PlayStation 1, that would be my least favourite. The one without the analog sticks.
Yeah.
So
really?
that's at the bottom.
I can't get past that PS3 controller.
I knew you were gonna say that.
It's just so cheap feeling there. Feels like I'm
the-
gonna break it.
It is, but it had a lot of functionality and it was wireless.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
You know,
That's true.
so it's not my favourite. The PlayStation 4 would probably be just after the PlayStation 5. So it'd be 5, 4, probably 2, 3, 1.
2, 3, 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah, if I had to pick, I think that would be
That would
in
be
my
your order, too.
same order. Yeah.
I saw something here. Scott, I knew you. I thought I knew you, but you went to the dark side for RPGs. Oh well, just kidding. Still something I can't ever get into. Never say never.
You just gotta find the
Never
right
say
one.
You just gotta find the right one.
It's
And
weird.
so many people said that to us too. So I feel like we've drank the juice, we
Oh.
drank the Kool-Aid.
Dude, like the PS1 RPG stuff that I've picked up just in the last 2 months. Holy shit! Like I picked up some stuff. We got a video coming out. People are gonna be, what the hell?
We've been finding like we're on a PS1
Man,
tear.
I know I've said on one of these streams probably a year ago or a year and a half ago, said that like I just can't find PS1 games in town.
Yeah.
And then now, for whatever reason, that seems to be what people are trading in. These big, heavy hitter RPG stuff there at a local pawn shop, and I'm like,
Well,
oh, gotta
snap
get
them
it.
up. Yeah, snap them
Yes.
up.
Oh god,
It's
yeah.
not
Absolutely.
cheap though. Oh,
They
No.
put out a daily deals every day,
Yeah.
and I'm like a crack whore on Facebook going, okay,
Give me
refresh,
my
refresh,
RPG.
refresh. I need my daily deals, and then I get them, and then Scott was upstairs, and I was like, the daily deals are out. And there's of course a couple games we had to pick up on there, and
yeah.
but if you're not on it like that,
People
somebody-
snag them up.
People
People
snag them
snag
up.
Yeah.
them up like hard there.
Yeah.
Like, from out of town, they'll snag
And they're
'em.
still overpriced at the moment. Most video games are still
Yeah.
overpriced at the moment
Yeah.
because the COVID bubble is leaking.
Yes.
Yes.
The prices are certainly coming down. I've seen some dramatic changes in some of the prices,
Yeah.
but it's not quite popped yet. We
It's
need
not.
it to pop. We need to
Yes.
get back to maybe 2010 prices.
See, I wanted to, but at the
I-
same time, I don't want the games I bought to go down in price to be like, just that much.
Well, yeah. You know what? Like, I've got to go
After
through
party.
our collection, and I have to scale down the filler because I have filler across like 2 different consoles, say Xbox and in PS2. I have the same fucking games, right? So I have
Yeah.
to scale that back. But other than that, I've been really selective of what I've been buying lately. I was
Yeah.
like, it's got to be stuff that I really want there. That are really, there's like
Well, it's a
high-end
phase of
stuff.
collecting.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I say that as well, and I'm at the point where, yeah, I'm only going to buy what I really, really want, and then I'll walk into a game shop and I go, I'll have that and that and that. And that.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like a kid in a candy
Because
store.
I want it all. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
It's hard not to, because I
It's
say
hard
all
not
the
to.
time, I don't know what else we really want. I feel
But
like our collecting's slowing down, and then I'm like,
No.
oh shit, my
Yeah.
credit card's bleeding.
Yeah, yeah.
Life support,
But I
life
found
support.
that no buy February that we do, as it helps me with my self control. Okay. A little bit.
You guys will see in the next pickup. That's not true, but whatever. When we did trade games towards the
Oh yeah.
games we picked up.
People might have a meltdown when they see what I traded, but whatever.
It's not their games.
No.
Oh, Ginger Hippie Gaming said, "Hey guys, how's everyone?"
Sai,
Woo!
Um,
Get close to
that
my
was
center
that
here.
was the great guy who nominated me for YouTuber of the Month.
oh, did he?
Yeah,
Guy.
it was Sai that put
Awesome.
me forward. and landed me with this job of YouTuber of the Year. Thanks for that.
There's gingers. Fucking
Gingers.
They're the fucking soul of the world here. Like, 1%ers.
The 1%ers.
Scottish, so you're not quite a 1%er here. You're home. Come home.
Come home to us.
Samantha's saying RPGs are like beer. There's one for everyone.
Yeah, Samantha. When are we gonna play? What was the one I called? See it about Shining Force. When are we gonna play Shining Force?
Oh, Shining Force! What a game!
So good.
See. She asked for recommendations on Genesis games, and I'm like, well,
I played that for the
Oh,
first time this year.
Prices?
How's it going?
Ginger Hippie Gaming wants to know: are you going to open more pads with a katana?
Probably not a pad. I was thinking about opening my A500 Mini, which is another micro
With
console with my katana. Yeah, but
can
I
you
forgot.
guys hear that?
Our puppy's whining.
Our puppy is whining at the door. My mom and dad are down there. It's not fair. But he's a bulldog, so he's like a bull in a china shop. He just that would be on the floor. No.
Yeah.
He can't even come down here. I do like the 6-axis control, but PS5 controller is too good.
I can't find a flaw with it right now. Like
it's really good.
It's solid. Like it's built
and
well.
There's even good news on the new models that are coming out. You know, you've got the 3 new colours.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, the springs inside the trigger are about double the width. They're much stronger springs. Someone's already broke them down just to check them out, and that's where they were worried that these adaptive triggers were going to break, because obviously there's force feedback on them.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
they've improved that with the new model. So if you're buying a new DualSense controller, get one of the new ones. Yeah,
get the colorful one.
I already got my mom to get me one of the red ones that are they're not red, they're hot pink.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't even know if that's a hot pink.
That's kind of like, I don't know what color pink you'd call it, but it's more pink
Fuchsia.
than red. Yeah, it's definitely
Fuchsia.
more. But I do really like the purple one. The purple one's really nice.
Yeah, the purple one's nice.
And
I would like to have a purple one, yeah.
Yeah, because you like purple too, so, you know. I usually ask my mom for new controllers for Christmas because she got us an Xbox Series X controller this year and a PS5 controller, so maybe.
It's a time, I think we got to get into more games. You must have more games, right?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Why not? Got a couple games here.
So after the 8-bit micros, and obviously they made the 16-bit microcomputers as well, which is something that I missed out on, because I went straight from the 8-bit micros to a machine that completely changed the way I was going to game, and that was this boy here.
Oh,
yeah.
This boy here. This game doesn't get nearly enough love, and it gets tons of love, because this game here changed the gaming landscape. Yeah. Because this was the first time that it truly was like having an arcade in the home.
True.
I mean, that's what we all wanted back in the early 80s, you know. Yeah, I'm playing Orbiter on my ZX Spectrum with a little pixel graphics, and I'm playing Defender. It's great. Yeah. But it's nothing like the arcade cab. Absolutely nothing like the arcade cab. But when this boy came out, and not even the Genesis or the Mega Drive, when it came out, it had Altered Beast, which it's an awful port. It's awful. But when Sonic come out, the speed and the colours and the sound, this changed me. I was going to be PC Master Race until this came out.
Until that's what converted you.
That was it. It was good old Sega. Again, not Nintendo.
I remember playing Sonic and really enjoying playing Sonic when I was younger, but it never really stuck. I don't know why. It just didn't. It was a really good game, don't get me wrong, but it just didn't stick to me like that. Some people really. I love that.
You have the same one?
Yeah. Is that the same one I have? Yes, it is.
Exact same one?
Yeah. Although you said no, mine is not animatronic. That's not. Mine's not. Dude, I wanted it to be so bad.
But he does. I haven't got his remote control. It's a wrist controller that Mando uses on him. But yeah, he'll walk across the floor and he'll raise his arm. And
nice. I did see. It's a lot more expensive for that one, and I didn't know if you were worth it, Jen.
Should we watch? should we watch the Christmas video back? Bring the dog down. Although the dog likes me more. So.
She stole my dog.
I did. I straight up stole the dog.
Yeah.
When we get
anything now.
When we get out of bed in the morning, we let the dog out of his kennel, and he will not leave unless I go too. He's like, Mom needs to come. She's my best friend.
We're talking about for you guys. It's the Mega Drive. For me, it's the Genesis.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What?
I mean,
PAL releases you have over there that I'm missing out on over here that we didn't get?
I have no idea. I mean, probably not many, I would imagine.
No. Did you guys get Golden Axe 3 over there?
Don't know. I'd have been off of the. See, I was only with the Mega Drive for a short while.
Yeah.
It had me until about 93, and then I was back into PCs again, but IBM PCs.
Shame on you.
I know, back into IBM PCs, but that was a brief love affair that only lasted 3 years because something else came along. But it was Sonic that dragged me away from having a 16-bit microcomputer, without a doubt. And games like what did I like playing? I didn't like playing Alter Beast because I loved playing it in arcade.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, everybody loved playing it in arcade, and then you played it on the Mega Drive Genesis, and it was like dog shit. It really was. It was truly awful. And you had Desert Strike. What an absolutely fantastic game Desert Strike was.
I don't know if I played that.
I don't know either.
I think I have it though.
It's
I think
top-down
helicopter
game.
Yeah.
Again, yeah. So it was a brief love affair, but Sonic was...
Retro Crisis is saying Golden Axe wasn't here in the UK.
No.
Golden Axe 3 wasn't here in the UK.
That's a damn shame.
See, you guys got all the good games.
I love the first and second one there.
Yeah.
Love it. We actually played through the second one just a couple weeks ago.
The motherfucker died on me in the last stage, and I
left her with the last continue because you have to share continue
yes,
when playing co-op.
I was panicked, and I was like, I think we're going to need to play this again.
Yeah.
But
she pulled it out. She got it.
Well,
I got the W for the
team. I beat that I beat it like I think a couple days before that by myself.
W like just on my own, but like as a co-op experience, I was so afraid I was gonna die out and you were gonna finish it, and then I was gonna go.
I would never let that happen.
I wasn't gonna feel like I'd finished the game at all.
That's why I hit the wrong button there and I closed it out
on purpose. Okay. We have Mayor 506. I'm sorry, I feel bad when I miss some of the comments.
You've got to be in this area.
You have to be local because 506 is our area code. So, has to be local. Are you in Moncton? Somewhere in New Brunswick?
I got an empty glass.
I almost have an empty glass, but
I'm
not
going to go
quite.
fill mine. I'll be right back.
Sure. Is that the pink one? It's like pinkish reddish color. Bring it over, Scott.
Controller?
Yeah, the PS5 one there.
Jen.
Yeah.
Is this where I show you a game that he doesn't see and he's got to guess what it is?
Okay, Scott, we're gonna talk about a game. You're not gonna see it, but you got to try to guess it.
I don't know any games.
Exactly. He might know it.
Is it a Genesis?
Is it a Genesis game?
Mega Drive for this?
You might know this. Well, you know this game, but I'm gonna give you a shit clue so you won't guess it. It's one I haven't played all the way through.
Shame on you.
I want to. I can't give him too many clues.
No.
No.
No, we won't give him too many clues.
I want to give him terrible clues. Oh, Moctonian. Oh, well, there you go. And you found us on Twitch, which I was like, wow, somebody found us on Twitch. Because every time I go on my Twitch, it's like, you have no past videos. You have no upcoming videos. I'm like, yeah, because we stream whenever we want, and then we throw it on Twitch. I don't know about you, but how do you feel about live streaming a game? Because I don't think I'm going to be entertaining. I'm either going to swear a lot because I'm dying, because I'm trying to be entertaining for the crowd, or I'm going to be mute and say nothing because I'm trying to concentrate on the game. There's no in between.
Still want me to bring my controller?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to live stream gameplay, but I'm not going to do it on Generation Pixel's main channel.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a completely different channel for that.
So you're planning on starting that?
Yeah, and mostly
Nice.
that's going to be to capture the gameplay footage as well.
That's smart.
What's
That's
nice?
smart.
What did I miss?
So I'll
He's
live
gonna
stream
start
it.
live
have a laugh.
streaming games, but not on his main channel.
No. Yeah, what?
I think a lot of people that do it though too, do it and then they leave it open for like a day,
And
then they shut it down.
archive it somewhere
They
else.
archive
yeah,
it.
that's what we do with the Get to Know Gamers. we do it on our regular channel now because we'll get more eyes on it, and then after a few days or a week, we archive it to the Get to Know Gamer YouTube channel.
Yeah. See, here's the problem with trying to share a picture of the controller here, the red controller, is that I don't know what it looks like on your screen because I've tried we have two different, our old laptop, I killed it, and we have this new one, so I don't know what the color looks like. I don't know.
It's close.
A little redder on the screen than it actually is.
It is, yeah. I think we just have the vibrancy up on the... But yeah, it's not red. Like, I don't know who would look at that and say, that's red control.
Looks like old lady lipstick color.
Old lady lipstick color. But yeah, it's as close as...
So what's this game there you're giving me shitty clues about?
Okay, do you want to give him a shitty clue?
Don't give me shitty clues.
Yeah,
it was a game that took me away from definitely being PC Master Race and onto PlayStation, and where I've been ever since.
Okay, well, tell me something about the game. Anything.
It was on PlayStation.
It's on PlayStation.
You do 21 questions here or something there? Or?
Yeah, you.
Is it an RPG?
No.
Oh.
Okay, keep going. That was fun.
Is it a fighting game?
No.
Ah!
Is it stealth?
You could.
You could.
You could. Maybe.
Yeah.
Ish.
I'm gonna go with Metal Gear.
No.
No? That was
No,
my
Metal
guess. They didn't give very good
I
answers
played
there.
a little bit of it. I haven't
You
played.
played it?
I played a little bit of this game.
I didn't know that. That
and
was
then
my guess.
I said it when you were over there.
I don't listen to you. I was getting beer.
Shocking revelation.
Yeah.
Honda Red. I played a little bit of it. I got frustrated at one part, and then I rage quit it. But that could be any game.
Oh, there's too many games.
There's too many games.
It's
You
first
can
Resident
play
Evil.
Moonlight
It's
Sonata.
the first Resident Evil, he just said.
Yeah.
It is the first Resident Evil.
It is.
See?
And this is a copy I've had since '96.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's why it's beat to absolute hell.
But you can replace that. That's fine. But
No.
That's part of the nostalgia.
This is Patina,
that's
right? This is
Yeah.
this is mine. I mean, I'll have another copy as well, just so I've got it. But
Yeah.
this is the one
That's
that
yours.
this was the game that made me buy a PlayStation.
Oh, I can understand why.
It was a friend back in '96. I mean, PlayStation had been out for a year. I was still on PC, and PC was way better than the Mega Drive, the Genesis, and it was. And my friend says, "Try this PlayStation, you'll like it." And he played FIFA, the football game, and I goes, "It's okay. I quite like the fact that the games are on disc. Consoles are obviously thinking forward." And then he goes, "Watch this game," and he put on Resident Evil, and my jaw dropped. I mean, it hit the floor. It was from the cheesy movie, full motion movie at the beginning, right through to when that first dog jumps through that window.
Oh my god.
And you leap out your seat. And I just said at that point, I'm buying one. And the very next day, I went and bought myself a PlayStation with Resident Evil and Alien Trilogy.
Oh, nice.
Oh, the game where I discovered that first-person shooters give me motion sickness. So, but yeah, that was a system seller for me, Resident Evil.
I finally played through Half-Life 2, and I had wicked bad motion sickness at first. And I don't know. It got
better towards the end of the game.
It got better towards the end of the game, but I found it really challenging anytime I was on a boat.
Yeah.
That was bad.
I find them okay if it's a modern game and it's running at a smooth 60.
Yes.
Yeah.
The second I go back, even PlayStation 3, if I go back to PlayStation 3 and it dips below the 30 solid,
Yeah.
I mean, Far Cry 3, I'd love to be able to play it in one big sitting, but I can't because it just, I'm running to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I'm running
Oh
to the bathroom.
God, I hear ya. I was like an hour at Half-Life 2, and then I'd have to lay down. But I was playing it on a modern, like I was playing it on our big screen upstairs, and I don't know if it would have been better for me to play it
On the CRT.
on the CRT. I just don't know. I don't know if I would have had a better experience.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either. There was a couple comments here. Let me see. Oh. Yeah, Mayor says he actually saw, I love this, actually saw you at Walmart once, but I was too hungover to say hello. At least I think it was you. Had masks, but was digging through the game discount bin. It could have been
maybe.
us.
That's a fair guess.
That's a fair guess. I will tell you though, if you see me in public, you'd be like, "Who's that homeless lady?" Because this does not happen on a regular
It's
day.
all up in the fucking.
Oh.
Same. This is not like this all the time.
Sometimes it's like this. It looks crazy, but I don't generally wear makeup.
A face.
I don't have a face.
Take the
This is
face
new.
off.
This is face off.
That's in the morning when she forgets to
Yeah.
take her makeup off at night. Then she rolls over the pillow and his face off on the pillow.
Yeah, so if you ever see me in public, you'd be like, "Who's that homeless lady wearing her baggy sweatpants and her, I don't know, baggy sweater?" Like, I look a tad homeless.
Resident Evil
I
games.
just don't care.
Which one's your favorite?
That one, hands down.
Is it
Really?
hands down your favorite?
Yeah.
All right, you get 2 guesses.
On what your
I
favorite is?
have in the main
I
line
know which
of
one
Resident
yours is.
Evil games. There are only 2 that I have not completed. You want to take a guess at which 2?
Code Veronica X.
No,
Oh, yeah.
I that's not it. But I'm counting from like Resident Evil 1 to 8.
Oh.
Like, just like the main 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
But I have not played Code Veronica yet.
Well, technically, Code Veronica X is
Yes.
technically. 2 that you've not played.
I played
Which
2.
Which two? 6 and 5 because they were reportedly awful. No.
No.
No, they're not awful.
The new one.
They're
The
really
new
good.
ones.
No, he's
I've-
played the new one.
You played
It's,
Village.
it's
Yeah.
I've played them all, but the only 2
1
that
and
I
2.
have not completed is 1 and 4.
How fucking dare he not play 4?
Well, no,
It's my favorite one.
4 I totally agree with. 4, no, because 4 is like, and I've spoke to you, or at least
Yes.
I mentioned in comments before, controlling Resident Evil 4, controlling Leon, is like
yeah.
taking your drunk friend home through the dark woods while you're drunk yourself. That's exactly what it's like trying to control
Yes.
Leon. It's over the shoulder, third person
Wait,
tank
can I
controls.
also say
Why?
can I also say you have your drunk female friend behind you yelling, "Leon!
Yeah.
Leon!" That's
Yeah.
yes. Okay,
Now,
so I totally.
Here's
yes.
what I've heard about 4 is the best way to play it is on the Wii.
So I've heard, and I've got
So
it on the
I've heard.
Wii. I've got it on the Wii, and I'll probably take it out for a spin on the Wii. I've played it on the PlayStation 2. I've played it on the GameCube. I've played it on PlayStation 4. I thought that they might, for the PlayStation 4 port, take away
Yeah.
the tank controls, give it modern controls, but no, it was still the tank controls.
So do you have an Oculus or no?
I don't have an Oculus. I've got
No.
PlayStation VR.
That's what we have too.
Yeah.
But they have they have it on Oculus, and I don't know. But I've heard a lot of people say it's good.
I'm a little skeptical about what I see.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
They would have to rework the full game because it was in tank controls. It's not like you
Yeah.
could control quite. I don't know.
I know. I get what you're saying. It took a while to get used to those controls, but once I did, I friggin' loved that game.
Yeah.
I loved it.
What's your favorite PS1 game? Do you have one? Is that the
I have
same?
two. I have
You have
two.
two.
You have
What's
two?
the 2?
But the one that I can show you is this, without a doubt.
Yeah.
7?
Yeah, it's 7.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just that our covers were
Our
different.
covers are different. Yeah.
Yeah.
We get the good covers, we get the nice, pretty covers, and you get the funny covers over there in North America. But Final Fantasy VII. and a game that I can't show you that you could show probably, Suikoden 2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You got that one
Which
for
I've
Christmas, but I
sold
never
twice.
buy you anything nice.
You sold twice. Why? You blame yourself at that point.
Yeah, I know, and I'll probably buy it again.
There you go.
It's fucking expensive, and it's gone up in price since I bought it. I don't know what it is.
It's about £300 over here in sterling.
I think Price Charting was saying it was like $4.50 here.
Or something here.
On Price Charting.
You know.
So that sounds about
right?
the same.
Yeah. It's
pricey,
ridiculous.
and I've sold it twice,
Okay.
and I picked it up twice. Picked it up twice for
Did you?
like £20. You know, both times that I picked it up, it was
Wow.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Like a great price, but sad that
That's the price it should be. That's what drives me crazy about the video game
I know.
market. It's like, but you know, people want to make a buck off it. So.
Oh, you don't have to get your wife dinner. No, you should. You probably should, because when we get hungry, you just don't even know.
Yeah.
Sony, Feed Me Chicken says, Sony Pony with a sexual Nintendo shirt on is sending out all the wrong messages. And 969. I like it.
I never even noticed the shirt till now.
I think I had read it. Oh, God damn it. Where did I go with this? But it just went crazy. Where are we here? Oh, Beyond Useless Gaming is on.
How's it going?
I bet it's The Last of Us 2. I played through The Last of Us 2 all the way. So, no, it wasn't that one. But I did rage quit a little bit sometimes. I would swear. I swear at every game.
Oh my God! Link to the Past? I think I gotta move out of the house.
He's like, I'm gonna put.
Jesus Christ, Jess, it's a fucking Zelda game there.
Well, because when I can't find out what I'm supposed to do, I get really pissed off about it. And then I'm like,
and then the more pissed off she gets, the more mistakes she makes.
Yes.
Like, I literally watched her walk into a cactus twice in a row last night, and then freak out at the fucking cactus there. And I just put my other earbud in there. And I'm gonna play my game.
And so when I have to ask him something, I'm like, Scott, blah, 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 and he can't hear me, so then I'm yelling at him.
Yeah.
So I sound angrier than I am. No, I'm probably the same amount angry.
Just angry.
Just angry, yeah. Firefly Gaming, hello, how's it going? GTA was the game that had me get a PlayStation.
Oh.
Yeah, I think there would be some people that
Are we talking Grand Theft Auto, the first one? The top down?
Can't be the top down one, is it?
I mean, if we're talking PlayStation era, that was the only one it was. Yeah. It was PlayStation
Now,
2 before we had...
I think everybody knows what my favorite PlayStation game is.
Yes.
Do you?
I do. You didn't have it.
You guys didn't get it over there.
You didn't get it over there. You got two. But
oh yes, I know what it is, and I'm not going to say its name.
No.
I'm not going to say its name.
We'll let you
I'm not going to say it's anything to do with this game either.
No, never.
All right.
Why can't we get a remake of that so I can stop hearing?
So you can hear, and then you can hear me complain about all the fucking mistakes I made.
Yeah.
Marcus Bolt says his first PS1 memory was Bloody Roar.
Bloody Roar.
Did you buy it? Was it Bloody Roar or Bloody Roar 2?
I know Bloody Roar 2 is at Parlor right now. I do
now.
think it was Bloody Roar 1 though, a month ago.
Oh yes, true. Patty the Collector saying GTA and Resident Evil were my first games at the great age of 5. That's
Good
back
games.
when your parents didn't put you in a bubble and just let you live your life. And I think we're all better for it. What do we got here? PS1 started to really bring the arcade to the home, in my opinion. Ridge Racer at home for the first time blew my mind.
Now, when everybody thinks
Road
PS1
Rash.
games, what genre do you think PS1 did the best?
For me, without a doubt, it was RPGs.
That's what I think of now too.
Yes.
Yeah.
But now I'm into those turn-based RPGs.
I was playing them back then though, because Final
Yeah.
Fantasy VII came out in '97, and I got it straight away because a friend said, "You've got to play this game. It's so hype."
Have you played the remake?
I have played the remake, and
What's
the remake is okay for what it is. It's not Final Fantasy VII.
Yes.
It's not even just the beginning, the first disc of Final Fantasy VII, and I don't know where they're going to go with it.
Yeah.
You don't even get out of the city, right? She played through it. I didn't get a chance to play through the remake yet.
We got a puppy and then
life ended there.
Yeah. But no, the new ones, it's a different game with characters you kind of know. It's nice to see it. It's different. It's not going to replace Final Fantasy VII on the PlayStation.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
It's a shame. They could have made a game like this. I don't know if you've played Yakuza Like a Dragon yet.
I have not.
No, I haven't played it.
Well, Yakuza Like a Dragon is... Have you played any Yakuza game?
No.
Because they're kind of beat 'em up RPG.
Yeah.
Whereas Yakuza Like a Dragon is turn-based Yakuza RPG, and it's fantastic. If they'd have made Final Fantasy VII using the engine
I remember you saying that.
If they'd have used that engine, it would have been my favourite game of all time, hands down, no questions asked. So
Firefly Gaming saying, bad to say, never played Resident Evil. I haven't played the first one either. I got mad because it got frustrating like very early on. And I think that was like...
I don't think you can make a whole lot of mistakes in the first one there.
Yeah.
They're being really punished for it.
I agree.
Yeah.
Revelations, Jeff said Revelations 2 is my favorite raid mode, so fun.
Oh, now Revelations 2, I do believe there is a co-op campaign. I do believe it's in number 2. So I think we have 2 here, and we're going to play it.
Yes.
We're going to get to it eventually. Right now we're actually playing 6. We played through 5, the 3 of us. Well, more you and Dennis, because I was babysitting the puppy dog.
Yeah.
And now we're into 6. So, and after that, I'm really leaning towards Revelations 2.
Yeah. BS Crazy said Resident Evil 5 gets a lot of hate. I think it's just because if you played it single player with the
it's really starting to show its age, because we just played it not that long ago, and the controls are fucking shitty.
Dennis had a bitch fit every time he had to play it on the Xbox 360 because he's like, I don't like playing the Xbox 360. And I'm like, well, that's the one we're playing. Because he was PS3.
Yeah, he played it on the PS3 originally, but it's just a different controller, whatever.
Exactly.
But from the difference from 5 to 6 is you could actually strafe, and you can walk and aim and shoot at the same time. That's a huge leap.
Oh yeah.
That's where it really shows its age in 5, and I think those 2 games, I think the only way you should play them is co-op.
It's co-op, yeah.
Because that's the best experience you're going to get with them.
Well, I've never played the later Resident Evils because I hold a grudge. And when I played Resident Evil 4 for the first time, and I just put the pad down and I walked away and I said, that's not Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Just walked away.
And you know what? He had a hard time with 8. Because of that, he didn't hate it. He liked it.
No,
you really liked 8, but you liked 7.
When I finished 8, when I finished it, I looked at her and I was like, I like 7 better.
Yeah.
And it's not because it's a beautiful game. Here's my only gripe with the game.
But you didn't play 4, and I think you could have appreciated it.
Yeah, well, that could be it too. But my only gripe with the game, because 7 there was such an emphasis on jump scares and scaring you, and it's like, holy fuck, this is like a horror game, like. And then you went into 8, and I noticed real quickly that those ambient sounds of somebody walking on the roof when you're in a little building, it's just set. Like I'm thinking I'm coming out of that building and something's going to be on the roof. No, there was nothing on the fucking roof. And after a while, it got real old and again it irritated me. I'm like, no,
because you wanted
there's
something
no
to be
jumps.
on the roof.
It wasn't scary enough. That was my biggest gripe. 8 was not scary enough. If it had been to the same scary level as 7, it would have been phenomenal.
Yeah.
But I know people don't like being scared.
Well, I think that's when they make like we said, and I think even Easygoing Gaming has mentioned this before, you make yourself a regular one and a brown pants one, and if you want to play the brown pants one, then you play the brown pants one.
Well, yeah, I understand. Like, we have video of me, the 3 of us, sitting here playing horror games. And her and Dennis nearly jump off the chairs, and I sit there like a psychopath. They're like, don't even flinch. Yeah, so I really need something. I was desensitized at a really early age. All right, I need something that's really gonna scare me.
Would you you're obviously more of an RPG fan? That's where your love is. Did you find a new appreciation though? Like, did you find an appreciation for survival horror? Because I'm always wondering how people feel about it when you played Resident Evil.
I need to take a potty break.
You go, girl.
Well, to be fair, Resident Evil was before Final Fantasy VII, and
That's
Final
true.
Fantasy VII was my introduction to JRPG.
Okay.
I'd played other RPGs before, but really basic and really old. Nothing quite at the depth of Final Fantasy VII. So, yeah, I had Resident Evil first, and I absolutely loved the game so much that I ran out and bought a PlayStation. And Silent Hill. Oh
God.
What a game. What an absolute gem of a game that is.
I think that was my first survival horror I played all the way through with Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
and
fantastic.
That was only a couple of years ago, because that's when I really got into gaming. But I think, and I know I'm such a big survival horror fan because, well, like you saw your friend playing it and you're like, holy shit, that's a great game. I got to run out and get that. My brother is 2.5 years younger than me. And I remember him playing Resident Evil, and I remember him playing Silent Hill, and I would sit in the room with him and help him go through the map and be scared shitless, but be so excited to like be having that time together and playing this game. Because typically if we played games, it would be like some sports title that my dad would play too, or I would just be like, okay, well, you play your games and I'll go do whatever. But that was the first time in a long time we really had, I wasn't playing, but we were working together to play a game. And I just like anything adrenaline causing, like, you're like, let's go climb a big tree. And I'm like, I'm in, but that's how I feel about survival.
Shannon, I got some wood you can climb. It's got to be at least one dirty joke coming at me.
I was a bit older, obviously, when I played
Silent
Hill, especially, because that was, 99?
Yeah.
Ish. So I was coming up in 27.
Yeah.
And I picked it up. I worked in the cinema back then, and I picked it up before my shift. And I came home, got home about 1 o'clock in the morning, and I played it for the first time, and I played, I must have been a good 3 hours of it. So we're talking early hours of the morning, Scotland, winter, still dark. That's fine. I realise I've got something to post. I'll nip out to the post box. That's no problem. Open the door, and it's foggy. And I just shut the door. At 27-year-old, shut the door and went, nope. That's a tomorrow job.
That's a tomorrow job when the light is out.
When there's light and no fog, and what a great game. And I mean, to think that fog was just there because they couldn't do anything other than that. Yeah. They couldn't render what they wanted to render with the power of the PlayStation, so let's just make it look foggy. Genius.
But it's genius. It totally is.
Genius.
Pointing to like comments. That one there.
Oh, okay, yes. I saw that.
There.
We got a Suicune 2 video coming soon, Cooperative Nerd to say.
You guys played through it?
Or they got one.
Oh.
Loco said if you can smash that like button, it would help. Thank you so much, Loco.
Yeah, you're the man.
Bloody Roar 2 is there at...
It's there right now.
Yeah,
Parlor.
it's still there.
Call him. Don't put it on hold.
Okay. Doing night shift,
Come over. We'll have a beer.
For once, your stream is on at an appropriate time for me. At this age, I'm only up this late for work or because I have to pee.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm like, every night, I swear you get out of bed to pee.
Me?
Yes.
Why are we talking about that?
Because Beyond Useless Gaming says he only gets up that late if he's got to go pee.
Oh, well, yeah.
I'm like...
Every night.
Every night. Unpopular... Oh, sorry. Gamer Newbie said Tomb Raider.
Another great game.
Unpopular opinion, Final Fantasy VIII over Final Fantasy VII. I've heard
you're wrong.
this before.
I've heard that from many people. I can't.
And
I've only played 7.
Wrong, he said?
I've only played 7 so far.
Let me put it this way. I'll try and not sell you Final Fantasy VIII. Now, you've played 7.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you enjoy the grind sometimes where you get to a point where you can't progress because your character's not strong enough.
Yes.
And you can go and grind.
Yes.
And you can go and grind.
Yep.
And you can get to a point where you can go back to that boss and then wipe the floor with them. In Final Fantasy VIII, you get penalised for doing that. The enemies level up at the same rate as you. It doesn't matter how high you get level-wise. They stay the same. There's other mechanics in the game that make it a little bit more interesting than that.
Yeah.
But it's not what I was used to, and not what I wanted. I didn't want a game where I went away and I managed to grind for maybe 10 hours in a game.
Yeah.
And come back and think, I'm going to bleach this boss, and you don't. Why not?
Well, see,
because
you know
you
what?
get punished.
I'm not that type of gamer either. I want to play a game. I don't want to have to feel like it's a struggle the entire time. And but some people enjoy that. Some people enjoy the struggle. They would that would be intriguing to them.
They play Dark Souls though, and that's what they should
sakes.
just be playing. They should just be playing Dark Souls.
I still haven't. I heard you, and I'm laughing on the inside.
Come on, nobody else laughing at my jokes.
They're laughing at your jokes that you just can't see them. They're behind a screen. We have most of the Dark Souls games, and we haven't played any of them yet because I'm terrified of them. I
got one friend that he obsessed with Dark Souls. It's the best fucking game in the world. Blah 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 blah. You gotta play it. He actually gave up on bugging me. He's bugging Jen there to play.
See, I just don't want to play a death simulator.
Yes.
You just go and die because you've learned how to. Okay, I've learned how to dodge that bit, and I'll die, and I'll go back in and I'll dodge that bit, and then he'll kill me again. All right, so I need to do that next. No, there's better ways to spend your time.
Just sounds time consuming and like frustrating.
Yeah. Sam saying, "Boo! You need to play Yakuza. It's so amazing."
Oh, Sam, shut up. We're gonna play Shining Force, sir. I never just said anything. I didn't see any comment there, but yeah, Scott, I'll play Shining Force. Yeah.
He might have.
I'll wait for something he says there. Like, yeah, fuck you, Scott. Play.
She may have. I may have. Skipped over. We don't know. Totally unpopular opinion. I can't stand the Final Fantasy games.
Okay.
I was waiting for the riot. But you know what? I haven't played. I've
only played the one Final Fantasy game.
Well,
7.
two. No, I played 2. I guess if you count the
2,
remake.
yeah.
Oh, Firefly Gaming says, "What's the best co-op game?" Oh Jesus, that's a loaded question. There's so many good ones.
Co-op. Damn.
Well, I'll tell you, we did have a hell of a lot of fun with Diablo.
Diablo 3 was fantastic.
It was so much fun.
Then you get into a bunch of other stuff there, like just hack and slash, beat 'em up styles.
Yeah.
Or we've played a couple here. We played Mother Russia Bleeds.
Mother Russia Bleeds was pretty good.
What was the other one called? Streets of Red.
Streets of Red was fun.
I always mention Pirates Plunder because it's very similar to Castle Crashers. Oh, yeah.
That's
Super Mario's Wii there.
And then
and you play that with like 4 people.
Double Dragon.
Well, you got your Double Dragon 2 for the
Contras.
NES. Like, fuck, I could go all day.
Yeah.
I pick the best one. Holy shit! I don't know.
So hard.
Yeah.
It Takes Two.
It Takes Two was really good.
Yes.
So not a co-op game, but a game that we played co-op back in the early 2000s was Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Because what you would do is you take a run at it because you got a time limit of like 2 minutes to do all the tricks that it asks you to do or collect all the videotapes and stuff like that. You'd get your 2 minutes, you'd do what you could, and then you'd pass the pad, and then the next person would do it.
Yeah.
So it was a good way of playing co-op in a game that wasn't co-op, and that was, I get some fond memories of that as well. But
yeah.
You know what I didn't even think of? Rock Band.
Oh, Rock Band.
Rock Band.
Oh, fuck yeah. That's a good co-op game.
But I'm not a good sharer.
We played Rock Band here. What was the last weekend?
Yeah, for 4 hours.
4 hours.
We just couldn't.
3 of us there playing it there.
Yeah, it was.
But we hadn't played that together in like over a year.
Yeah.
At least a year.
I'm not good though. Like when people come over and they're like, "Let's play Rock Band," I'm like, "Cool." I'm playing the drums. I don't share well. I'm like, I want to play drums. They're my drums. I don't share.
Everybody else can play guitar or sing.
Yeah. I have shared from time to time because Phil is really fucking good on drums.
Phil's really good on
drums. He can just play extreme on drums. I'm like, you're making me look like an asshole.
Yeah.
I play on medium. I get
You're not invited anymore, Phil.
My 90s. I'm not going to switch to hard because if I have to do in the 70s or 80s, I'm going to feel bad about myself. So just play on medium. That's how I do it.
Yeah, but medium's what the developers wanted you to play it at. If you look at any game, you've got easy, medium, hard. Medium was game's design. Hard was to make it a bit more difficult so you could play it again, and easy was, for the kids to play. Medium, or whatever the middle level is, that's what the game developers wanted you to play on. That was the game's experience. So
I think so too.
Yeah.
Now would it be worth it if that version could fetch you a beer, Scott?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Any game that could fetch
now in Rock Band there, when you're playing on medium and you're like, all right, I'm like killing these songs, there is a breakneck mode where it's still medium, but it just goes faster. And that can be fucking fun.
Yeah. Yes, brown pants in case you shit your pants.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
It's the brown pants mode. I'm so far behind the chat. We're talking about things that happened like 7 years ago now. Adam's Family.
Give me another.
Values, Asterix, Worms, The Flintstones, Alien Soldier were some of the PAL-only Genesis Mega Drive games.
Shit, I was like an hour ago I asked that.
I know, but maybe they were just Souls games. Make me feel like a wimp who is trying to be a hero.
Yeah, right. I know. Me too.
I think Jen meant you could change the case and not the game. I don't know. Oh yes, the case.
What?
But I get
no.
I know. I totally.
That's the patina.
I totally get what you're saying about it. Yeah. If it's one you bought in store, you have.
Yeah.
No, you don't care about it. You'll make it as pretty as you can. But if it's one you had from your youth, you're like, no, I have to.
It's traveled through 5, 6 different homes. It's just
Exactly.
It doesn't. Totally if that gets ground into powder, it will go in an urn and it will sit up there.
Yes.
It's just
This used to be Resident Evil. Hi guys, I love Final Fantasy. Hi Richard. My favorite series, and Tactics is my favorite of all time. We still are having a hard time to get into a Tactics.
Well, the Final Fantasy, I guess, is the one to get into. I was playing, I can see it from here. I can always have a hard time pronouncing it. I think it's Astonia or Astonishia Story on PSP. That's a tactics game, but I don't mind the tactics part of the combat, but that game, the story is just non-existent. They're very slack so far. And I got bored, and I played for 3-4 hours, and I was like, "Where's the story here? It's not keeping me there."
If you want a good tactics one to start on, Vandal Hearts.
Vandal Heart?
Yeah.
Jen passed up on that. She's like,
no.
literally, we literally went and picked up some games. That was part of the daily deals yesterday. Yeah. I'm not gonna say what we picked up. I picked up an RPG, a turn-based RPG game.
I picked up a survival horror game on PS1.
and then she was like, "Well, start looking at some gameplay." And she's like, "Vandal Hearts, that's a tactics game. That's off the list." And I was getting ready for work. I'm like, "Okay, whatever."
Because you said you haven't found a tactics game you like, Jen, and apparently we missed one.
I blame Jen for that one, right? You know what I missed out on not that long ago was Valkyrie Profile there.
For a really good price.
I missed out on that one, and I was like, oh, I didn't even know about it until I seen it and started looking up gameplay and all that, and I was like, holy fuck! And we tried to get it, and it was already gone at that point.
Yeah.
This happens. It'll come back, and
it will.
Hopefully, the prices will drop back down to normal prices as well.
Because that one's up there.
Gamer Newbie has a fun question. So I'm assuming he means this. If you could only play one game, what would you play? So if you could only play one game for the rest
of my life
of your life, what would you play?
Double Dragon 2 on the NES.
Anybody want to guess mine?
Ooh, what would I play if I could only play? You know what? I would.
Beyond Useless Gaming, do you want to guess mine?
Without a doubt.
Yeah?
Really?
I'm going with that, yes. You have no idea how much gameplay is in this thing here.
Nice.
Not only is it the turn-based JRPG that it is, you have Club Sega in it, so there's old Sega arcades that you can go and play.
Cool.
Space Harrier and Virtua Fighter. And
that's more than one game.
But the games are in the game. It's got a Mario Kart rip-off in it as well, so you can play Dragon Kart.
Dragon Kart! Oh, that's awesome.
So much in this game. I just try to tell as many people as possible, if you want to play a Yakuza game and you've never played one before but you like RPG, like a Dragon, fantastic. It's cheap as well just now because it's PlayStation 4.
Yeah, they're only getting cheaper. I'll have to keep an eye out for that.
Yeah. Was talking about horror games to add context. No, I'll talk about horror games anytime I get a chance because I love them.
I think if
They're
you
my
had
favorite.
to pick a genre to talk games with Jen, it would be horror games. That's her genre.
How do I say that?
Hmm?
NMS. How do I say his name? Diablo is a great as a co-op game. A Way Out is great, I found. As for older games, I love Gauntlet back when I had my C64.
A Way Out on the Xbox was really good
A
too.
Way Out was fantastic. It was a lot of fun. We won't say who won. No, we won't say who won. Just said that. Retro Chef's in the house too. Late to the party, but we'll rewatch in the morning.
How's it going?
Good to see GP getting some love. Oh, Jay Chip Show as well. And Waves.
And Waves. Everybody.
Everybody.
Everybody's here
In
now.
the house. Oh my god, I caught up in the chat.
What? Time for a game.
I don't even know how to say
Any
that
more
game,
games?
and I'm gonna screw it up.
Yeah, I've got a few
Got a
games.
couple
yeah.
games
Got a
there.
couple
Right? You
games.
can grab one off the shelf
Games over
randomly.
there.
So, another game that I absolutely adore, and it doesn't get a lot of love now because of what it is. And what it is was the game that made me buy a PlayStation 3 straight away because it was pricey, the PlayStation 3 was. It was pricey, and we have Assassin's Creed.
Oh, nice.
The first one. This game is, yes, it's very repetitive. And you're doing the same thing over and over and again because it's a tech demo. This was a way to show you what the PlayStation 3 was capable of, and it was the advertisement for this. I can play it in my head, watching Ezio up,
Yeah.
not Ezio, Altair up in that tower, and then the eagle flies past, and then he dives down and he works through the crowd. That trailer for this game made me run out and buy a PlayStation 3.
I still haven't
really-
played Assassin's Creed.
I've
Any?
tried them here and there, and I can't get into them there. I don't know why.
The early ones are the reboots because they've been rebooted.
Well, I don't think I've ever played the first one. I would have played a couple of them from. I know I tried them on the probably 360. Probably got them with your remember your
My
gold
stem is
membership
really
there.
good.
I have a couple. I have at least one here on the PS3, but it's not something I reach for. Like when I go through the 1,500 fucking games here, it's pretty low on the list. You know.
Oh no, absolutely love the Assassin. The early ones are different from the new reboots. The early ones, it's all stealth. I don't know.
I'm not a stealth guy, and that's probably why
I love stealth.
Splinter Cell there I really tried to play. Now I had to play Splinter Cell Conviction. There is a co-op campaign that me and my son played, and we fucking had a blast playing it there. But just playing the regular Splinter Cells like myself or playing stealth, fuck, I can't do this.
I love a stealth game. I can
Stealth
turn
games are fun.
I can turn an action game into a stealth game if I
And
find
he can
the right
turn
mix.
I can do
Stealth?
the other way.
You can do the
Like,
opposite.
all right, sneak in there, be quiet. Fucking
No.
Rambo!
He doesn't know how to play stealth. It drives him crazy.
Yeah.
And our son knows how to play stealth even
Even
less.
Even
Oh.
worse. And both of us trying to play a stealth
Do you
game
want to
together.
tell the story, or is
is
that part of a video?
Ridiculous. I want to do a video of it there, but fuck. There's been times where me and him are playing co-op, and there's a stealth part in the mission. Like that game, he was literally, he fell off the chair on the floor, fucking laughing. He was laughing. He was crying. He was laughing so hard there, and I was like,
It's crazy.
We have fun when we play.
Oh yeah. Because Alex is just he's the worst at hogging all the weapons and ammo.
He calls himself a loot goblin. You're a fucking asshole. I'm like,
Yeah.
Being an asshole, give me some bullets.
Yeah.
A
You're
loot
just gonna
goblin.
waste them all
Yeah.
anyways. If you haven't played it yet and want a cool horror game on PS2, check out Cold Fear. It's on my list.
Oh yes.
Yes.
I have it on the Xbox and the PS2.
Yes. So I feel like
Chicken tonight.
Drink and Games with Josh talked about Cold Fear.
Yes, you did.
Yes.
Yes, he did.
And I
Yes, he
watched
did
that
a review
video
of it.
and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I think I could get
And
into
they
this
made me
thing.
run out and buy it.
Yep.
Yeah.
'Cause it's
Yep.
up there.
I had already had on both systems. I had
Yes.
both copies there, like just sitting there waiting. I basically got that because I thought she would
Oh, yeah.
really like it.
Yeah, I want to play through them all, but sometimes I'll, like, as much as I love horror, survival horror, or like anything with that kind of intensity, sometimes I just need a palate cleanser. So I'll play like
Yeah.
a few of them, and then I'm
And
like, I gotta play.
we'll go play a beat 'em up or something there.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I'm the
'cause
same.
it's-
If I play a big JRPG, then after I
hard
put
to-
the 100 hours into that, it's like, okay, I'm going to play some arcade fun now.
Yes.
Yep.
I'll just pick up and play
It's
things
a
I don't
lot.
need to complete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll get that way, like, even after if I'm on a certain console. Like, if I'm playing, like, a PS1 RPG or something there, like, all right, I need something modern now. Or I'll go back farther and I'll play some Genesis, you know.
Yeah. Well, the 16-bit and 8-bit machines, they've aged better than the 32-bit.
Yes.
era.
Yes. They
I mean,
have.
I still
Absolutely.
love them, and I mean, Final Fantasy VII will probably be my favourite game alongside Suikoden 2 for the rest of my life. I don't think anything will take over that, but they don't look good, and I know they don't look good.
Yes.
Just to me, through my nostalgia goggles, they look good.
They look
But
good.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that era didn't age. It hasn't
Yeah.
aged well, but I love it. I would never.
Yeah.
If someone was to say go back and just erase it and just have 2D pixel art until they were ready to do 3D, I would say no. I still want that. I still
Yes,
want that.
because that's just.
I want
what
to see
you
that
remember.
progression. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want
Yeah.
to see that progression.
That's true too. That's true too. Firefly Gaming saying that Assassin's Creed 3 is his favorite of all time.
No, that's my least favourite of all the Assassin's
I
Creed.
have no opinion there.
The main protagonist is a whiny little bitch.
Oh! That must
he
be worse
just-
than over here in Canada. We call them bitches.
He just doesn't want to be an assassin. He just wants to moan. It's like having a teenage kid again,
Oh.
running about while you're playing a game. I'm playing my games to get away from my teenage kids. I'm not playing them to control one. But
Actually,
yeah.
I will banish Alex from the basement when I'm playing a game, and if he
Oh,
comes
fuck.
down here, I get frustrated with him because I'm like,
Yep.
this is my time
This
to
is
like,
where I get away.
I don't
This is
wanna-
the escape.
yeah, go
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
up to your dungeon. This is my dungeon. My
Yeah.
dungeon's much nicer than your dungeon. Speaking of the kid that comes down to the dungeon sometimes, he said, me and Teddy are watching the stream. I'm
Ah.
feeding him pieces of my sub while eating one.
What?
So I guess he had lunch. Alex, he could eat like all day long, so there's no way
He's a
that's
bulldog.
enough.
He fucking
Yeah.
eat like till he explodes.
He would. He literally would eat
Yeah.
till he explodes. Black Flag is my favorite. The ship battle was so fun.
I
Oh,
hear
Black
that.
Flag. Black Flag is fantastic. Yeah.
Can't-
because-
if I had glasses,
Gamer Newbie saying
I'm
it's
sure
one
I
of
could
his-
read the Assassin's Creed that I have. Oh, I actually can. I have Assassin's Creed 3 and 4 on the PS3. That's how good my eyes are, Jen. I don't need
Good
fucking
job,
glasses.
Dave.
I don't need no fucking glasses.
Right. So you need to play 4 because
Four?
4. Yeah, it's the one where you're a pirate. You're not actually an assassin. You're a
Arr.
pirate who kills an assassin and takes his robes and then starts doing his job for him. So
Oh, nice.
and there's ship battles, so you have to build your ship and you take it to
Does
the
it
high
come
seas
with an eye patch?
and-
Should you
it
play
doesn't
it wearing
come-
an eye?
But you could wear an eye patch when you're playing it.
I'll just grab one of her thongs.
Yeah, that works as well.
That's just what you do.
Yeah.
Metal Gear and Dino Crisis for Locomav. I don't know what Alex meant by that, but sure. But we just ignore him because he's a teenager. Forced stealth levels in action games should be illegal.
Yes.
Splinter Cell Chaos Theory is by far the best Splinter Cell game.
I'm pretty sure
Oh,
that's.
Garage Gamer, he's local.
I'm pretty sure I might have tried that. I'm pretty sure it's backwards compatible on the Series X, and it looks pretty fucking good, if I remember correctly there. So I have them on the original Xbox.
Garage Gamer saying, I like games where you have the choice to play stealth or go all in guns blazing. So I would play stealth and Scott would play guns blazing.
Guns blazing.
Yes. But
All
that's
right.
good to have that choice.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I say that I go in guns blazing, but there's nothing more satisfying than being a sniper and just fucking headshot.
Oh, love
Yeah.
sniping.
Oh.
Yeah.
Love sniping.
Yeah.
I have the
I ju-
patience to do that all day. I just
Oh, me
imagine
too.
I just imagine all the people I don't like and
Yeah.
All the snowflakes.
oh yes.
Yeah. For all Europeans out there, International Superstar Soccer Series on PS1 is where it's at.
Really?
ISS was really good. Yeah, it was really good on the PlayStation.
I don't condone this, but playing stealth games as a kid made made me be creative with sneaking out of the house when I was grounded, so I could go hang out with my friend and sneak back in without an issue.
That's a real game, real life stealth game right there.
You could do that at my house if I'm here. You can't do it if Scott's here. A bomb could go off.
Ninja.
Look who I summoned. I summoned Easygoing Gaming because I mentioned his name.
He was already here, wasn't he?
No, I don't think so. Maybe.
I've seen it earlier.
Fuck, I missed it. Okay, maybe you were here. Yeah, a bomb could go off in the house and I would sleep through it. Actually, Alex's air conditioner early fall fell out of his window into his bedroom and I slept through it.
I jumped out ready to fucking kill somebody. I'm like, what the fuck was that?
And I was like, yeah.
Snoring away.
Full mouth breather, snoring, drool pillow.
Yeah, I could sleep through just about anything except for an alarm.
Yes.
Yeah. My alarm will wake me up straight away, or anyone's alarm anywhere goes off near me, it'll wake me up. But a bomb, no, that doesn't mean I need to get up. If the alarm says I need to get up, everything else, go away.
Yeah, about it. That's how I feel about it too.
Somebody could drop a pin outside my bedroom door, and I'm coming through there with a fucking ninja kick.
I've been cold and needed a sweater in the bedroom, but I can't go in because I know I'll wake Scott up.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I can't.
You hit that top step there and I'll know.
Yes. So if Alex tried to sneak out, Scott would know, I would know.
Yep.
Babies are up, we'll have to watch the rest afterwards. Our baby's crying in the background too. But he's furry, so it doesn't matter.
I think Alex just came down.
Alex said, you were talking about Splinter Cell co-op story. You also have to fight at the end of it. Oh, did you die?
Yeah, he killed me. Fucking fucker. Like at the end of the story there, it's you're getting away, you're on the plane, you're flying away there, and then like the guy that hired you is like, all right, you gotta kill this guy. And I'm like, so you're like, okay, I'm gonna go kill him. And you're going through the plane. It's a big cargo plane, multiple levels, I think. And then you're like, I don't even know where the fuck he is. So I'm looking at his screen, looking at my screen, and he didn't move. He didn't fucking move. And I'm like, well, one of us has to move. And I started fucking creeping through, and I didn't even see him, and he headshot me. Boom! I fuck. Like for like 20 minutes, I snuck around. I'm like, where in the fuck are you? I'm looking at his screen, looking at my screen. He didn't move an inch. And then as soon as he see me, boom! And then I was like, you fucker.
I know those feels because my son, I've got 3 daughters and 1 son, and my son he's big into Call of Duty. You know, he'll play any of the Call of Duty games, and he'll get me to play with him on occasion. And if I do, he can just no scope 180 headshot me from like 5 miles away.
Yeah,
I can't even see him. Can't even see him on the screen.
I didn't even see him on the screen. He picked me up. What the fuck?
I don't have the reflexes for that anymore.
No.
Don't have the reflexes.
No, and that's the problem, and they know it.
Yeah,
it's not fair.
But if you put in a fucking wrestling game, put in SmackDown, I just spank him.
Oh, he did not like it.
Fucking give him the lip service, and I just love it. And he just
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't often beat Alex at games, but the one time I did beat him at a game, I took a lap around the house.
Yeah, it's Smash Brothers.
Yeah, when I beat him at Smash Brothers, total fluke victory. I took
fuck. She ran around the house.
Our upstairs is like fairly open concept-ish, so I went through the formal dining room, which we don't use as a formal dining room because we're not formal dining room people. In the kitchen and the living room, and I took a lap.
Man, she did a lap. Victory lap, and
oh yeah, I think I took a couple laps, but this one.
Not like that.
No, he didn't. And then I refused to play again because why would I play again? I'm
retire on the high note.
Yeah.
And I mean, we've only got ourselves to blame because I don't know about you, but I encourage my kids to play games right from the get-go.
Oh yeah.
I mean, as soon as they could sit up and register there was a TV on, I'd have a spare controller in their hand, unplugged.
You're
playing with me.
We have pictures of Alex, like 18 months old, sitting in his little, like, I don't know what chair it was, but playing with an unplugged controller. He was playing with Daddy, and he had no clue, but it was a good time. And then when he could play, he'd sit and play Sesame Street games, and people would be like, he's 3 and he can turn on the computer himself. I was like, yeah, he knows how to get right where he has to go.
Connectimals there for the 360 there, the Connect game.
Yeah.
There's a little game for the Connect. There was cute little kids game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I have like little videos of him driving the little car around. Because he's driving some remote control car, jumping on
something.
Jumps.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah, he had to get the animals to do something, but then he got mad.
It's their own faults. We raise them to be little gamers, just like ourselves. So. You know what? One day they'll be old and lose their reflexes and have kids of their own, and they'll be getting 180 headshots.
I relish the day when I can sit down and watch my grandkids beat my son.
Oh,
yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh.
That'll be
great.
That's why I exercise. So I can live long enough to see it.
Oh God. The new the new WWE game is pretty cool.
Is it? Because I've been turned off there for the last 5 or 6 of them there. There was one. What was it? Was it last year's, the year before? Where it was just a hot fucking mess. Oh
yeah, 2020 apparently was a mess.
It was awful.
Alex is saying he died to a stage hazard. LOL. Unfortunately, whatever you gotta tell yourself. And God, I loved Connectimals. Okay, should we get into another game? Also, I did not say, but if I had to play a game for the rest of my life, it would probably be one of the last.
We're down to our last 20 minutes. So for everybody here watching in the chat, you got any questions for Stuart here?
Yes, please ask.
Roll them out. We're gonna get her done.
Yeah.
I've got a question for him too at the end.
Oh no.
People did ask what we were drinking. I have a toasted marshmallow stout.
I'm surprised because every time somebody uses it, what are we drinking?
They did ask us.
Well, I blame Jen.
Yeah, I have a toasted marshmallow stout from Tire Shack. That's a local brewery. And Scott's 2 beers deep and he can't remember.
I can't remember.
It's fine.
You won the last game then?
Give her.
Yeah.
Yeah, give it to us.
And this game, I bought this. This is a double dip game. It's a double dip game because it's the Grandia HD collection on the Switch. And this is a prime example of why I bought a Switch.
Yeah.
It's not to play the Breath of the Wilds or the Pokemon or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's these remasters that we're getting, these classic games like Oddworld, the Stranger's Wrath, and the Grandia collection. This is what Nintendo's doing great at the moment. I mean, I did have to buy it from PlayAsia. It's not a PAL copy, but it still plays, and it still plays in English.
So. I wasn't smart enough to get it when it came out, and now they're pretty fucking expensive.
Yeah.
So I had to grab that. Yeah, it was when I heard about that game coming out, I decided to buy the Switch. It's what I tend to do. I see something I want, and that system now.
We got ours for tax. We got ours for what the taxes were, just because we had PC points.
Do you need a refill? I'm getting up.
Sure. 1 second. Dude. Yeah. Oh, Jeff asked, I love Tire Shack Specialist Ale. I thought you were local, but I couldn't remember. But yes, we haven't been to the Tire Shack in a long time. That's a local kind of little brewery around here. It's not far from the house. But Sam wants to know, what's your favorite console to collect for?
Without a doubt, a PlayStation 2.
Yeah? PlayStation 2?
Although I can feel it kind of creeping towards the PlayStation 3 now as well.
Now, do you find at all you go through like stages where you're more into collecting for something and then you're like, okay, now I'm here now? Because that's what happens to us.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I mean, for the past
so it just happens
year and a
PlayStation
half,
2.
Past year and a half, it's been PlayStation 2 has been my primary focus. I say primary focus. If you see any of my pickup videos, you know I'll pick up from all the systems.
Yes,
but
exactly.
What I'm looking for is PlayStation 2, but I can feel myself sliding into PlayStation 3 because I reckon the prices are starting to come back down now. From the COVID
they are.
Prices.
I kind of wonder though at what point they're going to go back up, because as soon as that, you know, they talk about the store closing more, then they're gonna go up again.
It tends to be the nostalgia bug. I mean, nostalgia for me is like a disease that takes 20 years to incubate. So whenever something gets to about that 20-year mark, and I think that's probably, well, we're pretty close in the PlayStation 3 now.
Yeah, we're close.
We're pretty close. So if you're going to buy now, because within the next maybe 6 years, we'll see that nostalgia bubble price, and you don't want to be buying then. Yeah.
No, God, no.
Then we could go back and play PlayStation 1 games, and they'll be cheap because nobody will want them.
Yeah, that's true. I do find right now, like, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, fairly cheap to collect for. Some of those PS2 games, especially if they're survival horror, they're like way out of reach,
It's right in this nostalgia bubble as well as the COVID bubble. It's a perfect storm for those games.
It is. Because some of those games, I was like, you know, you're like, oh, what? I'm trying to think what it is. I think we have the first one of them. Otogi. We don't have 2.
Right.
And we hummed and hawed about buying 2 when it was like $80. It's not $80 anymore.
No, it won't be.
And so I'm like, what do we do now? Do we trade towards it? Do we wait for it to come local? There's not too many local Xbox games coming, but then again, the same thing was true last year of PS1 games. So we could try to wait it out, but yes, please. But there's that constant, like, it's going to continue to go up until that bubble bursts. And I don't know how far it goes up until it comes back in.
It really does depend on whether you want to play that game now.
Yeah, it
For
really
games
does.
like that, I would say wait, because the PlayStation 2 generation it's about to burst that bubble, and it's going to move on to the PlayStation 3. And we're only talking 5 years, and that's nothing to us. I mean,
true.
we blink through 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah, and all of us have so many friggin' games that we can wait.
Yeah, I got a backlog. I keep myself busy until then.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Big time.
Have a few more questions here. What is the most sentimental game in your collection?
Now, I don't think I've shown this tonight, or have I shown this tonight?
I don't think so.
What's that? What's that game?
It's got
Is there a big crack on that? Should you replace the cover?
I've never heard
It's got
of
a
it.
few wrinkles. It's, it's well loved, as we like to say.
It's like my wife.
But you just can't. Without a doubt.
He can't part with me. He's gonna put me in an urn at some point and put me on the shelf.
I mean, there's not many games that I've got that I bought originally.
Yes.
First time owner, and that one going back that length of time. Of course, I love it. It's just
because we all went through a phase where it really didn't matter as much.
Absolutely.
At least.
Yeah.
And so we're just like, and everybody else was selling their games, and games weren't worth anything. So we're like,
Yeah. Pay for the next thing.
Back in the 80s and early 90s, when we got a new console or a new system, we passed the old one on.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, so your cousin doesn't have that machine now. Oh, you can have that now because I've got this, and and same went with the games. I mean, as I said, I didn't see a Nintendo Entertainment System until
Here's my haunting ground of Resident Evil 2 and 3 and my PlayStation 2, and you can have that. And,
Yeah, that's what you done. I mean, I didn't see the Nintendo, the NES until 90. In 1995, I bought complete in box NES with the case, the branded case. Duck Hunt and Mario was in it, and the Zapper. Everything in mint condition for £5 cash from a boot sale. In 1995 for £5 cash, and I took that home and I played it for about an hour, boxed it all back up and gave it to my nephew.
Oh my god!
Because that's what you did. I mean,
exactly.
We weren't thinking about collecting either back in the 80s and early 90s. It was new.
Well, game collecting wasn't really big back then, but like people might have been into hockey cards in the 90s. You know what I mean? Or baseball
I have
cards.
about 1,000 fucking sports cards. Yeah.
But it all kind of comes full circle.
And
who knew we'd be collecting vinyls now in 2022? Who knew anybody'd be into vinyl?
Yeah.
Like, who knew that? Now we're like, I want everything on vinyl. It sounds so much better. I haven't listened to music in forever, and now I'm listening to my vinyls. Like, it's just ridiculous. Firefly Gaming wants to know, what's your favorite place to hunt for games?
Scotland's awful for hunting for games. We don't have a lot. I mean, even just down south in England, they have a lot of boot sales and things like that. We don't have anything like that. We don't have the weather for it.
Yes.
Because it rains, and it rains.
and it rains some more. So here it's snow.
Yeah. So I do most of my hunting on eBay.
Yeah.
And I get a lot of enjoyment out of hunting in eBay when you get a deal.
That's true.
Because you've got to put in a shed. You've got to put in a shed load of work to get a deal on eBay these days. You've got to be watching it constantly. You've got to be jumping into your search history and going newly listed every 5 minutes when you're on a hunt.
Absolutely.
Just to see that thing pop up and get in first. So it's a shame. I'd love to get out and about and do some of the garage sales and the yard sales that you see in the States and the boot sales down south. But we'll get there.
Yes, we're the same way with the garage sales. There's nothing.
Yep.
Well, the problem is anybody with a phone knows exactly what their stuff is worth.
And if that garage sale starts at 8 a.m., people are there at 7.
People there at 7, picking it clean before you even get there.
Exactly. Question for all three. Easygoing Gaming said, if you could revive one dead game franchise, what would it be? Shit.
Yeah, that is a tough question.
That is a very
Golden Axe, because when they did the Streets of Rage 4, I always said that they should go in and do a Golden Axe 4 in the same style.
Actually, it's not a hard question, and you're probably going to kick yourself, Jen. I would have them bring Silent Hill back.
Oh, yeah.
Without a doubt. I'd love to see a modern Silent Hill game.
That would be really, really cool. When did the last Silent Hill come out? How long have we been since...
PS3, 360 era.
So it's been a while.
Been a while, yeah.
Probably 10 years.
Yeah, I could totally agree with that. After playing Obscure, I know there was supposed to be a third one, and it never came to fruition. Kind of ish. But yeah, I wouldn't have minded more couch co-op experience like that. We're going to get Obscure Aftermath. We don't have it yet. But yeah, I'd totally be on board with more Silent Hill for sure. That's a good question. What's your favorite console?
My favorite console?
Yeah.
It's a cheap console. It's my PlayStation 3 original, so it's backwards compatible for PlayStation and PlayStation 2 as well. If you've got that and you've got the PlayStation 5, you can play any game in the PlayStation library, 2 consoles. So that's without a doubt. It's my baby.
Yeah,
and I don't use it a lot though because I don't want it to die.
You don't exactly.
I don't want to have to do the work on it because you can go in there and you can replace the capacitors, but you don't want to. You don't want to
have to.
That bridge will cross when I come to that bridge. I'm not going to force it because.
No, I don't blame you.
I'll just use it.
It's hard. Like if you like right now I'm playing what I can't even remember what I'm playing. Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. Yes, my brain went. But I'm playing it on the mini right now. Yep. Sometimes I just don't want to have to like put wear and tear on that cartridge.
Yeah.
Or if he's using it, then that's an alternative. Yeah. But you always wonder, like, I'm worried about bending those pins, or I'm worried about whatever. Like, some people don't want to have to play their old games. Like, we never put an NES game in now because we have the EverDrive.
Yeah.
So we just want to leave those. Yeah. And God forbid you touch one of Scott's 2 gold cartridges over there. He's like, don't bang them together.
There's no fucking scratches on them.
There's no scratches.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, we don't tend to collect the retro or the older games to play them. They're there to look at and enjoy. You give me a machine that's got a ROM of every game. Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's how I'll play it.
Yeah.
I don't want to take a chance on the disc or the cartridge, getting scratched or broken. What's the point?
And I know people are probably thinking, then what's the point of having them? But it's
still there.
Exactly. Like I come down here and this is my favorite room in the house. If we only had one living room, I'd be fine to have a gaming living room. I'd be fine with it.
Oh yeah.
I love it down here. It's my happy place. It's where there's no work.
I do prefer to play on the original hardware.
Yeah.
But if I can get away with EverDrives and stuff like that, great. I need more of them.
Yes.
But
I don't even mind on the original hardware. I mean, I've got 13 consoles hooked up there.
Yeah.
All ready to go at a drop of a hat. And that's what I tend to play on. But if I get the chance, I'll just... For the ZX Spectrum, for example...
oh, God, yeah.
I've got the library of the entire, 4,000 games on ROM on my PC. Yeah. I can just sit down. And because it was a microcomputer and I'm playing on a PC, I'm still playing it the way it was intended on a keyboard. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm not wearing out the tapes.
That makes sense. Totally. 100%.
Well, the tapes, those are going to be delicate at this point.
Yeah.
Is that a pint of IRN brew?
IRN brew? No.
She actually has a sour.
I have an off-the-rails sour from Flying Boats. I don't know what that other thing was.
That's IRN brew.
IRN brew?
Yeah, you must have heard of IRN brew. It's Scotland's other national drink.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
now I gotta come to Scotland.
I'm sure you can get it imported.
Maybe. Question for all three of you. What's a game that gets a lot of hate, but y'all really like? You know what?
Last of Us 2.
Yeah. It gets some hate, but I love it. I can't.
See, I don't hate Last of Us 2.
Yeah.
I just think the story was poorly directed.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I think you either love it or hate it. I think it's...
You know, a game that gets a lot of hate from the older generation that I quite like, but I've got to go back, so it's kind of a cheat. It's Fortnite, but season 1 and 2 of Fortnite.
Okay. I haven't ever played
I judge
Fortnite.
you. I judge you.
You can judge me. It was fun back then when nobody knew how to build in the game. As soon as the kids learned how to build,
like crazy.
They were just throwing up towers in front of you. Before that, it was just an open shooter. It was fantastic and good fun. Yeah.
Retro Tiburon said something that, I don't even know why I didn't say that. Easygoing Gaming, because you just had a video of, and it was like, I loved it because we were talking about Evil Within 2, but I want an Evil Within 3, but I don't know if it's going to happen or not. Have you played any of the Evil Withins?
I haven't played them yet.
Me, I haven't played them yet. No.
Oh, they're so good. Evil Within 1 has its challenges. The leveling system, like, the game was harder to begin with than when you went through the game. Like, it was hard at first. You were like, why is this? Yeah. Why can't I find a fucking gun?
Weeds out the weak.
Yeah. But number 2 knew what it was doing. The story was a bit better. The gameplay was better. The environments were better. It was just, it's how gaming should be. Like, when you get a second, like, in the series, it should be better than the first one. And that one was, where if you get a second one, you're like, well, fuck, that sucked. Like, you feel let down. This one got better, and I really, really enjoyed it.
Time for my question, because I'm looking at the time there. We're getting close.
Yeah.
All right. You know, I just got into the RPGs. Yeah. You know, I don't know if you've been watching. You don't know if you know exactly what I have in my library, but it's what I've actually played so far is pretty. It's a pretty small spectrum of games there. I can count on one hand how many turn-based I played.
I'm the same when you consider how many RPGs and JRPGs are out there. Doesn't matter how many you play, it's only going to be a small segment.
Yeah.
It's always going to be that.
Give me some recommendations there. If I can find the time this year to squeeze something, because I have plans for games. Right now I'm playing Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I can find time here, what should I fucking jump into?
Breath of Fire 3 and Breath of Fire 4.
You know what I picked up today?
Breath of Fire 3? 4.
We heard that 3 might be better, but it's also might be more expensive.
Yeah.
3's slightly easier, but they're both great games. Yeah. 3's slightly easier because it was a new system for RPGs or JRPGs going into the 3D world. So it's not fully 3D, but you can move the camera slightly.
Oh, nice.
I've seen that in gameplay.
Yeah, you've got maybe a small angle that you can move and look behind something. It's still a 3D world, but you don't have full camera control. So 3 was the first one, and it's probably a little bit easier in the gameplay. You get through it quicker anyway. But yeah, Breath of Fire.
I have to mention something here. Evil Within 1 a few months ago and loved it. J-Chip Show, if you liked 1, you must play 2.
I guess you'll love 2.
Yeah, Mayor 506 is saying Breath of Fire 3 and 4 are great. Awesome. And Retro Tiburon saying Evil Within 3, but I have a feeling the first 2 games didn't sell well. And then that made me think, I changed I changed my answer. I want a Days Gone 2. This is bullshit. I love The Last of Us. You guys have heard me say that only 100,000 times, but I want a Days Gone 2 more than I want a Last of Us remake. Why remake a perfect game? I want a Days Gone 2. I just think
that should be a lesson to the developers that you don't rush the release of the game, because that's what fucking killed that game.
It killed that game. It would have gotten a second installment had they not.
They've released a broken game, basically. Yeah.
Look at Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
Fallout 76.
Oh no, we don't look at that.
Don't even talk about that.
I love Fallout. I mean, the Fallout series is another one I love, but 76 can just get in the scene.
Has it even improved?
They say it has, but I'm not going to go back and invest time in it again.
Yeah, well, once they don't have you, once they've burned that bridge, it's hard.
Especially when it's an online experience. You know, it's Cyberpunk I'll go back to now that it's fully patched, because it's a full game. It's a game that I can sit down and play the story. I'm not going to jump into an online game that was broken to start with. Yeah. And then it might work now. No.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
I got a lot of Days Gone 2 love in here. Days Gone 2, yes. And Gamer Newbie saying same thing, right on, Jen. And J Chuck Show was saying, I thought Days Gone was better than Last of Us 1 and 2. Still love both though.
I can see that.
I can understand that if you're more of an open world fan. Days Gone gave you that, and those intense hordes were just like, oh my god, this is what a zombie game should be.
Yeah.
That's what it should be, and it was intense. Like, I remember being down here, like, I finally finished the biggest horde, and I was like, oh my god, I was shaking. Not because I was scared, because of the intensity.
It's an adrenaline rush.
It's an adrenaline rush, yeah.
Looks like we are out of time. I don't know, man. I've had a blast there. You've been a great guest.
Fantastic.
Lots of great people in the chat.
Yes.
Appreciate all you guys.
PT, I didn't play it.
Oh, yeah.
I did. I played it.
Did you?
Yeah, I played it. I had it downloaded and then deleted it because I thought the game's coming out. I don't need it. I could have sold that console for like $1,000.
Yeah.
If it still had the PT on it. I was like,
how have we not had a PT like release there because of all these like
so many people talk about
limited run games and like all this other stuff?
Nintendo
like
Power
Scott Pilgrim there got released. Why come we can't get this one in?
I know.
All right.
There's a fan release that is great.
Oh yeah.
Is it called?
What is it called?
Yeah, now I need to know. I might play it. Who am I kidding? If there's a fan release out there, I'm going to play it because I like that shit.
I think it's time to say goodbye.
It is.
It's been 2 hours. And everybody's got to get out and play some games.
That's the great thing about this 2-hour time frame.
Yeah.
I leave and I'm like, I didn't want to be done. I wanted to talk more. So it just makes it exciting for the next one that you get to do.
Yep.
And then if we still have things we haven't talked about, it's not like you can't come on and get to know Gamer again, because I would love to have people for a second time come on and talk with us some more, because it's like, these are my friends. I'm not going out going, I wonder if Metal Jesus will be on Get to Know Gamer. He's like, I want my friends on here. I want to talk with the people I talk with all the time, and I talk with you all the time. So, Jen wants to talk more. Jen wants to always talk more.
I don't think anybody's surprised. Yeah.
Yeah, we all want to talk games.
Exactly. It's what we do.
All right. Ready to say goodbye?
Yeah.
Jen likes to talk more.
I'm going to be quiet now.
All right, man. We appreciate you coming on. And maybe we can do this again.
Yes.
We're probably going to do the big show again at the end of the year. Probably
fantastic.
Early November, where we invite everybody on.
So we'll make sure we have like earlier time slots for our across the pond friends.
For the older and Europeans.
Exactly.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thanks, everybody in the chat as well. You guys made it a blast.
Yep.
It's all about the chat.
See you later.
All right. See you guys in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
I think. Or 3. I can't remember.
Jen can't remember.
Sometime.